Hello, this is Josh, and I'm coming to you with my new book series called Books by the Beach. I figured I would change it up a little bit here and there and do some summaries by the beach. And I thought it'd be a great atmosphere, although today it's a little overcast here in Malibu. The first book I'm going to review here at Books by the Beach is Who, Not How. It is the third book I read in a series starting early or late last year. And since then I've read about 19 books. So I'm a little behind on my summaries. But I'd like to share with you how I'm doing my summaries. I take a journal with me and I write my top 3 takeaways of each book. And that helps me to review and to go back and maybe even have a legacy to leave behind of some of the other summaries instead of finding it in some iPad or something like that. Anyway, this Who Not How book by Dan Sullivan was very good. In fact, it really opened my eyes to thinking about finding my who and not trying to figure out how to get things done. It really is a powerful transformation when you think about, they talk about you could get 10 times more work done if you really find your who. And it was interesting as they talked about, Dan talked about, it's not a transactional thing that you're finding this who to do transactional things for you. It's actually very transformational. And I thought that was a big takeaway for me. He talks about the example of, and this is something I learned in the book, I had no idea, about C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien. In fact, it was C.S. Lewis who was responsible for encouraging J.R.R. Tolkien to come out with the book Lord of the Rings, and he wouldn't have done it, they say, without his encouragement, C.S. Lewis's encouragement. And he would read his transcripts and give it back. J.R.R. Tolkien didn't think he was good enough. And in fact, we all know he was. And then in the reverse, I found out through this book that it was J.R.R. Tolkien who had brought C.S. Lewis back to his Christianity. And if you know anything about C.S. Lewis and the books he wrote, not just the children's books, but the books he wrote in the theories on Christianity, they are amazing. In fact, some of the best books ever. So that's what's really cool about learning through books and learning these things. I didn't know it. Also, I learned the last thing, it's my responsibility if I do find my who to get something done or to help me through something, it is my responsibility to have a clear understanding pathway of what done looks like, to give them a vision of what it would look like when it's done. Not so much a clear-cut path of how to get it done, but what the vision is. And then to give good feedback through it and to know that they are going to be transformational in your life. So I hope you enjoyed this book review or book summary on Who Not How by Dan Sullivan. See you soon.